The original Jode family came from Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas. In 1998, the Great Dust Storms obviated the possibility of anyone farming for quite a while, and those that had the strength began heading west towards California. Life was harsh during this period for the Jode refugees. They wanted nothing more than to rest a while and spend the coming autumn in relative peace. The locals, however, were not pleased with the influx of hungry strangers. One evening, a few hundred locals mounted a raid to scatter these nomads. When the attackers struck in the night, they did not have the easy victory they had hoped for. The poorly planned raid fell apart rapidly, and the evening degenerated into a series of disjointed firefights across the Colorado countryside. This unwarranted attack enraged the nomads, for over 400 of their people were killed during the night. The next day, Malachi, a man of God, concluded that each family should send a representative to the council. The representative should not be the most capable member of the family, whom he said should stay on watch in case the attackers returned, but someone trusted by all. That morning, 120 nomads sat in council. Malachi, by virtue of having had the idea, chaired the meeting. Malachi asked the representatives to speak candidly on the issues at hand. After about 4 hours, it was clear that everyone present was in accord. All wanted protection for their families, revenge on their attackers, and the freedom to leave this coalition when they felt the time was right. Malachi replied that all their fears and wants were well-founded, and that they could meet their adversities together by signing a partnership. Great ideas should always be put to paper, he said. The Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were written down for all to see. The agreement they signed was simple and was the basis and inspiration for the current Nomad Code. Protect your family first, then protect the clan. Steal nothing from the others in the clan. Hoard nothing that could benefit others in the clan. It was decided that the able-bodied should go into town to repay the locals for their malicious attack. Despite Malachi's objections to revenge, they did not plot an overt slaughter as had been attempted on them. Alas, it did not go that way. During the night, the nomads crept in and ransacked all the farm stores and homes they could reach. By morning, the nomads had killed a third of the populace. They realized that whatever law still existed would be looking for them soon, perhaps with the remnants of the National Guard. They did all they could considering the circumstances. They ran. A week later, the earthquake of '98 stripped Los Angeles of its status as a land of milk and honey. The nomads realized there might be work for them there, so they camped in a remote area and sent emissaries to speak with the authorities and managed to obtain a highly lucrative deal for the Los Angeles rebuilding contract. The Jodes worked hard and prospered in LA. After that contract ended, they moved into the Northwest, tilling burnt-out forest into fields. Some stayed in California working with other construction jobs, and some joined their nomad brethren on the Transcon Maglev. The name Jode was not something that was adopted by the clan themselves. It was a reference to the Okies and the John Steinbeck 1939 classic, The Grapes of Wrath. First used in a CNN news blurb in early 1998, the term was a general reference to the dispossessed of the Dust Boers of that year, but with the clan's high profile in the rebuilding of LA, the name soon became synonymous with that group of nomads. After a while, some members co-opted the name for signing legal documents. The first was Malachi, who signed the name Jode on a contract with the city of Los Angeles. Unlike other nomad groups, the Jodes have worked actively to reject the culture of the statics and are very uncomfortable in what they perceive as static situations. Jode encampments are never found within the limits of the city. Many former superstitions have gained religious importance within the clan. The ghosts of the city, the spirits of the open road, the zeitgeist, fear of imprisonment, and many more beliefs now shape their worldview. As for Malachi Jode, he speaks in a quiet, even and powerful voice, the voice of authority. Malachi has always had a vision for the nomads. At first, it was only that they maintain a fair and equitable relationship among themselves, and his vision grew to call for fair play among packs who had to work together, and onward, until the Jodes became the first nation to have treaties between its major tribes. Malachi was challenged in many of his beliefs. He was challenged for allowing the children of statics to participate in Jode education, for hiring gangs to keep them from vandalizing nomad projects, for accepting refugees from the Long Walk. Yet, in every incident, time has vindicated his decision, which in turn caused many of his personal beliefs to be embraced by the Jodes as a whole, beliefs that would help shape the destiny of Night City in Cyberpunk 2077.